Hello and welcome to Sobrix. I'm Adam and this is Sobrix. This is my channel for reviewing LEGO sets and building them and other LEGO related stuff. In this video I'm going to be taking a look, or my first look, at the LEGO Collectible Mini Figures Series 27. This is set number 71048. They have various amounts of pieces in each one. There's one minifigure in each box, and I paid $5 each for these. There are 12 to collect. I have 6 in front of me. They should all be unique, and then in a follow-up video I'll look at another 6, hopefully won't have any duplicates, and I'll kind of give my thoughts on each of these. This is an interesting series. I'm more excited for some of the other ones. I'm not sure about the Formula One kind of blind boxes, but if there is going to be like a Spider-Verse one, and I can't even remember all the other ones that are rumored to be coming in the future. I'm pretty interested in those. I like going through these. They're fun for me. They're fun on the channel, and there's usually some ones I'm pretty excited about. So in this case, there's some of these that I'm going to like probably more than others, or I'm anticipating liking. You know, the D&D ones, the Dungeons and Dragons ones, I thought were really phenomenal. Some were better than others. And prior to that, I liked the space ones. There was, I think, something in between there where, because where was the goat herder and the vampire knight and stuff like that, because I really liked that one as well. I think that was maybe series 26 or 25. But either way, we have 6 of these here, and we're just going to get into it. So I'll kind of open these up and go through it. I don't know what is in each one of these here, but I think I know what they're all called. Okay, so this one I am excited about because it's very cool, and I'll have one of these to check off everything as I go through this. Oh wow, this has some nice stuff, some nice stuff going on here. Wow. Okay, so is that a new piece, or is... Yeah, I think so. So here we have the what's called the Crazy Cat Lover. I would just maybe call it the cat person, and this is great. I'm a cat person. I like cats a whole lot. This feels like a new cat mold to me, so that's where we'll start. So we have kind of a fluffy white cat here, maybe a longer hair variety, so it has kind of the extra molding around the face for the fur there. It has the face printed on there, the eyes, little mouth, nose there, and then we have the really nice kind of tail coming up here, kind of bushy there. You can see a little bit of fur kind of hanging down at the tummy or the primordial pouch area, kind of at the back of the hind leg there. There's a little bit of like fluff. So this is really nice, a really good cat, pretty cat, and I like cats a lot, and I think this is new, so that's really great to get a new cat mold. Excited to see that. Would love to see that in other colors or with different patterns on here, which is really cool. And then we have the minifigure itself. Of course, it does come with the minifigure stand. Nothing special about this one, like the D&D ones or the space ones or the Disney ones or the Lego Batman Movie 2 ones, I think, and some other stuff. But here we have what they are, I think people are calling the Crazy Cat Lover. I was called this the cat owner or something like that, but this is really, really great. So hair piece up here kind of has a middle part looking, or not quite middle part, but close. I think this is somewhat androgynous of a look, so this could be kind of a more feminine character or more masculine character, presenting wise, or something like that, but it's got some different stuff, and if we look at the face, this minifigure has the glasses printed on the face. This one, they have kind of a squiggly mouth there, some scratches on the side of their face, some raised eyebrows. They do have an alternate face, which is them much more happy with the kitten there, I think. So that's really good. Do have the alternate face, can kind of frame that up, and this kind of hairstyle I feel like can go either way, which is nice. Looking at the accessory here, besides the cat, you have this, which I thought maybe people were saying this was like the cast element for like the hand, but I do not believe it is. I think this is a new piece that it almost looks like a volleyball, but I believe it's a little small. I believe this is supposed to be a ball of yarn here, which is really, really cool. So it just has a one kind of bottom there, a stud receiving place, so that can get studded down, and then it's kind of just like a round tile brick piece, but it has all this extra molding in it for this kind of crosshatch looking panels. So like a ball of yarn there. I think it's kind of pink. Looking at the torso, it's really, really good. Looks to be kind of a sweater here. And this has a print knit into it, and the kind of pattern matches the silhouette of this model, this new mold of the cat here. So we can see kind of because of the tail kind of going up there, and we have them kind of going one way and then a different way, like the inverse in terms of the stripe and also the color of the cat, and then one up at the top as well. We do have arm printing here, which is really nice, so all the way up and down on the arms, which kind of mirrors that. The back of the torso has the same kind of pattern there, which is fine. And then we do actually have some printing, which is a really nice detail. I'm very happy to see this on the midsection. A little bit of printing there, a little bit of printing on the legs, which appears to be hair, fur, cat hair. Cat hair gets a lot of places. It gets really covers clothes, and so I think it makes a ton of sense to have that nice little detail there. It's not on the side, and that's okay, but we do have printing on the arms. I think, this is way better than getting a plain midsection or plain legs. That extra detail really steps it up a level. And if this is a new cat mold, which I want to say that it is, it's great to get that. So overall, very cool character. This is this is me. I do love cats, and so very cool to get that. I'll kind of mark that off here, and we'll go on to the next one. Some of these I'm less sort of excited about, and this is one that I'm more excited about than some of the others, because I thought this was a great idea and really happy to see it here. I'm wondering if this is maybe one of the ones that has some directions for it, because this is very, very cool. I'm super excited to see this. And let me see if I can't get this together here. Something like that. Something like that. And like that. Kind of get it here. So you don't quite get enough of everything to like make two of these, but you get some nice extra pieces there. And okay, yeah, this is excellent. I am very happy with this. So this one is what's called the Steampunk Inventor. Now, I don't typically love like steampunk stuff when I see cosplays of it or different things. I think in Lego it's a pretty cool idea, and I do think I like it in Lego more than I like it other times I've seen it. I've seen it in various video games and kind of some movies that are like vaguely steampunk, so this kind of combination of like Victorian England sort of stuff, but with like a lot of like technology that is sort of sci-fi, but like steam powered. So a lot of gears and knobs and lenses and like hardware stuff, but kind of science fiction-y things. And so this is really, really, really cool. So you do have to do a little building here. We do have kind of this grapple device, or maybe this claw hand, or kind of a steampunk almost body mod kind of thing. So it uses one of these like gauntlet pieces, which like Shuri uses and different characters do. We put a bar with the clip on it there. This can be held by a minifigure hand. And then on the side of that, this is in gold. We have another gold kind of hollow stud with the bar coming off of it. Use an ice cream piece kind of for like a puff of steam or smoke. We have a new kind of a dial or meter, or kind of some sort of I don't know, it's some sort of display indicator here, which is I believe a new print, which is really nice. Kind of has that extra kind of like gold kind of looking there, and has an arrow. It's not quite a compass. It looks like it's measuring something there, or can switch something. So that's very, very cool. Then looking at the figure itself, this is great. So right off the bat, we have a top hat here, which is not, I don't believe it is dual molded. I think the band around the top hat is printed, but I could be wrong about that. But then it does have these extra kind of goggles up here, which feels very steampunk to me. So those are printed on there, which is super cool. Beneath that, we have a sort of a Victorian facial hair with some sideburns, a mustache, well manicured, as well as a monocle here, which again feels very steampunk to me. Really nice face, no alternate face, no hair for this character under the hat, or alternate hair or anything like that. So that's nice. I love this torso. So we have kind of a suit. It feels sort of like handmade here, but we also have the kind of extra gear, sort of robotics here, but like more of a not a sleek kind of 2025 robotics, kind of like robotics that would be from a long time ago. And so we have kind of some nice gold elements there for like a buckle and some filament. We have that same kind of dial indicator printed up here. There's sort of a thing over the chest with a crude kind of tube there going over to the side, and it's all kind of strapped up. And then underneath that, they have like a Victorian kind of style suit. You can see a shirt and tie kind of peeking out over there. And this kind of goes over to the arm, which I'll talk about right now, because this arm over here is gold, and it is printed on there, and it has kind of different rivets, kind of a actuator piston type thing, and it looks to be kind of a robotic arm that is then connected with this. So it's kind of their body mod type thing, but it's older kind of style. It's not like cyberpunk, for example. It's steampunk, which is very, very cool, and that kind of seems to connect to this contraption here. Looking at the other arm, we also have printing, but it's different. It does have kind of like the suit with the kind of cufflinks there, the different stitches around there. Back of the torso has these kind of straps, the little shoulder pad kind of element that goes over to the robotic arm, and has those nice details for the gold in there, as well as the buckle, which is very cool. Looking at the legs, then we do have the midsection here, which is printing. It has kind of these pinstripes on it, pinstripes all the way down the legs. Over on one side, we have a pocket there with some different tools, maybe a wrench, a screwdriver, a file, maybe a knife, different things like that. And then we have the dual molded legs, and then we have that printing extra kind of right about there which has some really fine gold detail in these little areas here, which almost look like knee pads, but also could be like the top of some boots or something like that. And so we can see that those are dual molded legs. No printing on the side of the legs there, but dual molded legs with printing kind of all the way through, and the nice detail in here. Overall, like, I just think this is a really fun idea. I think it's executed really well. It kind of gets a lot of the hallmark steampunk type things here with the goggles, with the kind of sort of retro futurism kind of stuff here. And if you're familiar with the steampunk aesthetic, I think that is a really good representation of that. And I think Lego is like one of the better kind of ways to do that. And if people are looking for examples of like steampunk stuff, I don't know if like BioShock is usually considered that series of games, or like the movie Wild Wild West is kind of has some steampunky elements that are set in the Old West in America. But there's lots of examples of steampunk stuff, and it's big in like cosplay communities and other things. So this is a cool representation of that. That was one of the ones I was most looking forward to, and there's a couple others here, so we will keep moving on. Next one. Okay, I think I know what this is. This feels especially relevant today, or for the last couple years or something. So this is the Plush Toy Collector, and we have a couple new pieces here. Now, to me, this feels very much in response to kind of the Squishmallow craze or something like that. But we will take a look at this here. So they do have a couple plush toys, which are these kind of rotund looking blobs, animals there. They're interesting little pieces, and they have nice printing on them. So the kind of tummy, the eyes, the mouth or nose area there. They do have spots, the tiny hole for you could fit different stuff in there, a feather, or they have like the little star accessories or something that they sometimes put in like Friends hair that has that little hole. You can fit some of that in there. So you get two colors of those. They also are slightly different. This one has a different nose, more kind of fluff impression for the tummy area there. This one's just round. This one kind of has some squiggles, kind of has some eyebrows up there, different eyes, and then a different color. So cool to get both of those. And just because the shape of these, I want to say they're kind of Squishmallow-esque. I know there's lots of other plush brands that do all sorts of different stuff. I have some myself. I have one that I got as a gift that I really like, which is sort of like, which is a Squishmallow, and that's really, really great. And I think this is sort of in that vein without being, branded or anything like that. Looking at the hair, now I believe this is a Monkey Kid hair, and maybe it's been used in Ninjago. I'm not positive, but I want to say this is a new color for it, so that's very, very cool. I think this is like May or Mai's hair or something from Monkey Kid, but I could be wrong. Looking at the face, we have some nice kind of makeup done here. This one's more feminine presenting. The Steampunk was more masculine presenting, but I like to think that these can kind of go however. And we have maybe a little bit of blush there, lipstick, different stuff. You can see some of the eyelashes. We do have an alternate face, which appears to be them sleeping, which is nice, sleeping with their big plush toys, which is great. And then we have the torso, which almost looks like PJs, but it's almost kind of like a fluffy, furry kind of like sweater or something, like a zip up. So it does look like it has a hood, and it's got the drawstrings with kind of the puff balls there. We don't have any printing on the midsection for this one, but then we do have kind of matching pants, which has some pockets, kind of some feet going on down here. And then it does have some extra details. So on the side, the arms, we have like a paw print, a little fluff around the kind of cuff of that. Other side, we have what looks to be, a logo or something of an animal there, as well as the cuff and little details. And then the back of the torso, we can see this kind of sweatshirt has one of these hoods that can go up that does have like ears, so built into the hood. So it's kind of got that extra little detail of like fluff and fur and stuff like that, which is super cool to see. And yeah, I think this is great. I think people who are like into these things can see themselves in this. Probably I called it out as like probably being a Squishmallow type thing. Forgive me for that being my only point of reference, but something like that here, and I think that's really well considered. So that is nice. Good to get that. Happy, with those two little things, which is great. And go on to the next one. Okay. So this one might have a little bit of building as well, which is fine. We like to see that. And ooh, this is new. There's some new stuff here. Let me flip this over, see if I can't figure out how to do this. Is this piece? I don't know if I'm familiar with this piece. This is kind of... It feels similar to something I've seen historically, but it also feels a little bit different. So that is quite unique there. And let me see what we have going on here. So this feels like it's in line with sort of the space series of figures and the series of sets. I do have some extra pieces here, and this is the Telescope Kid, I would say, and this is awesome. So again, this is one that's maybe more androgynous here, could go either way in terms of, or any way in terms of their gender expression, which is really nice. They have kind of the big afro type hair, fluffy hair there. We can see they have some freckles. They look rather young. They do have an alternate face, which has one eye closed as the other eye is going to be looking through a telescope there, which is nice. And we can see that. We have the torso here that has, let me see if I can get this hair back on. Great. The torso has kind of the almost like a space logo, not like a classic space logo, but it's got like a rocket ship on it there, which is pretty cool. And it almost looks like there's something in the kind of porthole window of that. These are on not the shortest legs. These do bend here, but they are on the shorter legs. No printing for the midsection, no printing for the legs there, no printing on the arm. Back of the torso is actually pretty basic. We do have like a little bit of the collar up there, which is okay. And then one of the things about this one is you can see we have different Lego arms here. So this person does not have a hand on that side, and they actually have this new piece which is in a nice color here that fits on there, that is like a what do they call those, a prosthetic kind of arm. So maybe they were born this way, maybe they were it happened from something, there's many different stories and explanations for why this could be the way that they are, but I think this is great for representation. I think that it's awesome that this doesn't doesn't make them really any different. It doesn't hinder them. It's just, part of their own life, and I think it's great to be represented here. So that's really cool. So a new arm piece, as well as a new piece for the minifigure hand that kind of slots over there to kind of make it like a prosthetic forearm sort of thing, which I think is really great. I'm all for Lego increasing their kind of representation and differently abled people and people with, having hearing issues, or people with sight things, or not even issues, but different sight or different, sometimes we've seen prosthetic legs already. We've seen hearing aids printed on people. I think all of that's very, very cool. I thought there was maybe a Friends character who had a prosthetic. I'm not sure, but nice to see it brought here if that is the case. And so I'm a big fan of that. I think that's really, really cool. And then we do have the little build for the telescope. This is great. So scale-wise, you can kind of see what it looks like here. Colors feel right, kind of that NASA, like white and black here. Pretty simple, not a ton of pieces. So like a hollow stud, the round brick, 1x1 with the bar, another 1x1 with the kind of right angle bar coming off of it, the tile with the bar. We have a white clip in there, and then we build this, and I just thought that this kind of piece that makes up the middle of this, it almost looks like it would be like a floral piece or botanical piece, or like something that they used to make one of these kind of with 4 prongs for like torches there. I don't know if I'm super familiar with this piece or where I've seen it last used. It strikes me as something that is very useful. It's kind of got like 3 bar elements there coming off of like a round brick, a 1x1 round piece, cylinder piece there. And I think that's useful, and it reminds me of some of the kind of tri-stem sort of botanical type things for different plant life, and could be used in those, I'm assuming, but it works really, really well as kind of the tripod stand for this telescope. We can stud that down, get them on there, and I think this is great. So nice to see that. Oh, I gotta mark off my plush character here and my telescope person. Very cool. And we'll keep going. Maybe I should have done 4 and 4 and 4 to look through all of these, because it is taking maybe a little bit longer than I thought. Okay, this is one that I was very, very interested in, especially as we've seen, the Lion Knight's castle come out, and the Forestman hideout, and the medieval village, and the kind of goat herder person, and all of that wonderful stuff that has been coming out either in CMF or in kind of reimaginings of, oh, no way. Whoa. Can't quite tell how that's supposed to go, but I love that. They really went all out here, which is awesome. And what do we have over here? Okay, wow. So this one's going to take a little while to go through as well. But this is the Wolfpack Beastmaster. So again, the Wolfpack stuff is kind of a faction of Castle that I believe was similar to the Falcon stuff, or in opposition to that, and this is terrific. So it feels like it harkens back to like earlier Lego, and then the first thing we'll look at actually here is the wolf itself. So if it's the Wolfpack kind of faction or empire or kingdom or something like that, or group or army or whatever it might be, they also might have wolves here. So I don't know if this is a new mold or anything. It's similar to some like dog molds or like Siberian husky type things, or dog molds that they have that are closer to more of a wolf-like thing. Bushy tail back here, 1 stud on top. It feels like the body's a little bit longer than some of the other dog molds. We can see the feet kind of staggered there, and then we have kind of more of a bushy kind of fluffy hair kind of around the head and the neck area. Got the ears there, and then printing for the eyes, as well as kind of the bridge of the nose, and then down to the nose there as well. There's no articulation for this or anything, but this is a really nice wolf. You can see it compared to the cat, and it's not the best scale. This cat might be just very big compared to the minifigure here, because it's kind of coming up to their waist, and this wolf might be a little bit small there. And then we have the Wolfpack Beastmaster. So this is terrific. I actually have some of these from, sort of vintage Lego, maybe from the 80s or 90s, that I still have this shield here. So we have the nice shield, printed shield with kind of the Wolfpack logo on it there. They also have a sword, which is like an updated kind of accessory. And then they are wearing a hood and a cape. So the hood piece is just a standard kind of hood that sometimes they've used in Star Wars, and the Goat Herder had something like that. Then we can see the face underneath here. Super detailed face, kind of has a grimace there, has the sideburn mutton chop type things with the graying hair in there. There's a little bit of stubble around the chin, bushy eyebrows, also has a scar going on over one of the eyes. And then we can see the other face, which I don't know if maybe this face is them whistling. They have their eyes closed, their mouth kind of small, open. Maybe it's them going ooh, or something, like, because I don't know, something happened, or they're whistling, or I don't know. But we have the same kind of like gray pattern in the facial hair there, which is nice. No alternate hairpiece of this or anything. And then we have the cape, which is sort of like a cloak that would match up with the hood here. And this is a new kind of cape. This is interesting. It's kind of the spongier kind. You can see it's sort of like frayed. This cloak here has kind of some ridges going along it, and I don't know how well I can show this, but the inside looks pretty normal. The outside almost has like a felt, or kind of like a soft kind of velvety kind of look to it. And I notice it right away. It's a little bit thicker, so it's almost like a two-layered thing here. But the outside of this is a texture and a look that I've never seen on a Lego cape, and I'm so glad it is. It's almost like it's got like a woolen kind of thing. I couldn't tell if that was supposed to go on the inside or go on the outside. It is 2 holes. It is kind of flexible there, so you can see that. Not a big deal, not too stiff, but great to see this extra texture in here. That's a little bit hard for me to capture on camera, but you can kind of tell the difference from this side to this side, and that's great. It feels great in the hand, and so I'm super pleased with that. So awesome to see new capes, new kind of cloth materials there. And I'll take that off so we can see the rest of this. Looking at the torso, we have the Wolfpack kind of armor here. So they have kind of a chain up around the neck. Maybe that's what holds the cloak together there. We have the same kind of shield emblem with the wolf logo. We have some different stitching up here, kind of in red. Printing on the midsection, printing on the legs. These are dual molded legs. We kind of have like what looks like sort of chainmail type stuff in there, which is very cool. And then a little bit of printing even on the dual molding to kind of have that notch kind of going down into the boot area. And then we do have printing on the arms, which again looks to be, well, these are dual molded arms, so we can see the red and kind of the gun metallic gray, dark gray metallic color on there. You can see the inside of the arm where you can see that. And then we have like the chainmail type printing on there, as well as like an extra little notch up, so it's not super clean right across where the mold line is. Same on the other side. I don't think these are like perfectly symmetrical, but has that a similar notch, and has kind of the chainmail going up there, which is terrific to see. And then the back of the torso, we have kind of some rivets or different things up there, buttons, and kind of the stitching for the armor. I think this is great. You know, dual molded legs, printing on the legs, not on the side of the legs, but that's okay. We got printing on the arms, dual molded arms with printing up there. We got the extra face. We got the new kind of cloth material, alternate facing there. We got the accessories. It comes with the animal mold. This is great. This is one of the ones I was like really looking forward to, and I think it's super delivered. And you know, I'm just super happy about this. I think this is easily one of those characters that people are going to want to buy. a ton of, so they might be scanning the bottoms of these and just looking only for the Wolfpack Beastmaster, and maybe a couple other ones of these that will probably drive the price up for that particular figure, especially like new in box. I know like for the Dungeons and Dragons one, some characters were worth more than others. I think the Dragonborn like Paladin was up there, and then like for the other series that had the goat herder and the vampiric knight thing, those I think were a little more valuable than some of the other ones, but I anticipate this being one as well. Super cool. And we'll look at one more for this video. So we will see here. And okay, so this one is not top of my priority, but it's still interesting, and there's still some other ones here that is going to leave us some great stuff for the next time we look at these. And I'll sort of get this all together. And here we have the Pterodactyl Costume Fan. And the costume fans, especially like the dino costume fans, are pretty standard fare for the LEGO CMFs that are like the main line, like the series 1 to 27 or whatever. There was previous ones. I think there was a most recently maybe a kind of like a Triceratops or something, or they've been lots of different T-Rex or all sorts of different dino costume fans. This one's pterodactyl, so it's like a flying dinosaur type of thing, or pterosaur there, and some new stuff going on here. So the headpiece is kind of the mask or like helmet. This is a new piece, kind of has the longer sort of face there. It almost looks like it's built out of like a space helmet or a bike helmet that LEGO makes, but it's got the extra kind of molding there, which is nice. And then we do have the printing for kind of the pattern as well as the eyes. Beneath that we have a LEGO minifigure head. They look very happy. I would say this one's, again, could go either way. It seems to me to be more like femme presenting just based on the lips, but it could be anything, could be anyone in there. And so that's the headpiece it comes with. So that's one face, and then we have another face that's them looking very like maybe scary. Maybe they're making like a pterodactyl call or, you know, screech or something like that here. And so they're baring their teeth a little more, not necessarily as a smile, but baring even the lower teeth, have that more aggressive kind of look for the eyebrows there. And then the torso is pretty basic, which is common for these kind of costume fans here. So it's just one color, and then we have printed kind of for the belly, kind of have some scales or the patterning of this. We have new arm pieces. So these are similar to like the Man Bat from Batman arm pieces. There have been some other characters who have used stuff like this. So the arms kind of go up like that, and it has the wings there for their arms. You can like spin these around a little bit, but they just don't work the same way as like Lego arms, because they come up here instead of kind of rotating like that. So to get this person to like hold something, it's a little bit different, but those are new shapes for these wings. And then have the really nice patterning that matches kind of the head and the coloration there. Same for the stomach and the hands. No printing on the midsection. There are printing on the legs just for the kind of talons or the claws around the bottom. Back of this is very bare here, so nothing really going on. Nothing on the back of the head, back of the wings, back of the torso, back of the legs. Not dual molded legs, not dual molded headpiece or wings or anything. So on compared to some of the other ones, this one lacks relative detail, which is true for a lot of these. I think these have like a fan base who are like, I love the dinosaur costume fan, or maybe anything costume fan, because in the CMFs they always do kind of a minifigure in a sort of costume, and so it's nice to see that there. This one actually has, well, at least one other one I can say, and all of these things kind of can be costumey, but this one's explicitly like that. So good to get the pterodactyl costume fan. That's probably my least favorite of this video, of this kind of look here. But so far, I'm really enjoying these. Glad to get 6 individual unique ones here. I should have all of them and they should all be unique. I was trying to scan them and stuff, and so hopefully I had success with that. Big standouts for me are the Wolfpack Beastmaster, Steampunk Inventor. Those are way up at the top. I thought they would be when I first saw the images of this, and that's true. I think Cat Person, just because my own personal bias is great, and the quality is really good, and the attention to detail is good. I think Telescope is really good, but those are probably just underneath the Steampunk and the Wolfpack Beastmaster. And then the Plush Toy Collector is got good detail, got some good stuff going on there, some nice new stuff. So that's kind of maybe underneath the Cat there. And then Pterodactyls maybe on the lower side. I anticipate, this one here, which I want to say is like a hamster or gerbil type person in a costume, that's probably going to be sort of low for me. And the rest of these we'll sort of see. I want to get them in hand, and then I can have a better idea about that. But as is right now, these are pretty terrific. So I'm very, very pleased with this. I like these a lot. Couple extra pieces over here, not a ton. Maybe a couple of these other ones will have some more extra pieces. Not a ton though, generally. So that is fine. And I just really enjoy this. I'm going to enjoy looking at the next batch, and hopefully I don't get any duplicates. So very cool. I think that's it. If you like this video, please click the thumbs up and give it a like. If you like my other videos, click the subscribe button down below so you can stay up to date on all the LEGO videos I'll be doing here in the future, including looking at more of the LEGO Collectible Mini Figures Series 27. So there's 6 more to collect before I have the full series. There's a couple of these that I think I want to get duplicates of, so we will see about that, but I probably won't cover that on the channel necessarily. And then if I do get all 12 unique ones, I'll probably give them a sort of rough ranking for me personally at the end of the next video, or whenever I do get all of them, which you can look out for. But then I'll also be covering tons of other LEGO sets from all different themes, all different shapes, size, price point, piece count, tons of different stuff. So subscribe so you don't miss any of my upcoming LEGO videos. And then if you wanted to support the channel by giving money to the channel, you can do that. You can do that here on YouTube. Membership, supers, and thanks are all ways to give money to the channel and support the channel financially. There's a Patreon in the video description, a link there on my channel page. There's a buy me a coffee link. There's some affiliate links in there to buy different things. So those all help a little bit, and it means a lot to me. So if you're interested, maybe consider checking those things out. I appreciate it. It's not needed, it's not necessary, but hey, I thought it'd be nice to have that out there. So thank you very much. And with all of that said, until next time, thanks. Bye.